up, y'all? So suddenly, like, the weather is just like stupid nice out. It was like really cold this morning, and then it's just kind of like warmed up, and it's just like perfect right now. So I'm just cruising around. God, it's so nice out. But anyway, as you saw in the title, well, as you will see in the title, because I haven't made the title yet because I'm recording the video right now, it doesn't actually exist yet. This video is about my new touring setup. I just got the GV side cases to match my top case. Let's see, I don't actually know where I'm at, so let's see what happens if I go down here. So I got those side cases. I got my tank bag on. I'm not actually heading anywhere now. I just put everything on just to kind of show you guys. But I've got basically everything I'm going to rock on the bike minus that seat pad I showed you that I'm going to have on the bike for my next trip. So putting the side bags on was kind of a little bit of a, I wouldn't say hassle. It was like mentally a hassle, but then turned out to be like dumb easy. And I'll talk you through why here in a second. That's wild. There's like a bunch of Confederate flags on that house. But then also a British flag. So basically, let's see if I can pull over in this lot. We're all good. All right, so what I had going on was all the reviews on Revzilla for the bags, or not necessarily for the bags, but for the racks to mount the bags, we're talking about how you have to move the turn signals. And a lot of people were mad about it. Like, a lot of the reviews on Revzilla had a bad score simply because turn that bike off, simply because everybody was so mad that they started doing their install and then had to move the signals and weren't aware of it. So basically, I don't want to show you that just yet, but this is it. Got the side bags, the top case, tank bag. Imagine the seat pad there. It'll be good to go, ready for the road. But there's a clearance issue, basically, to where if you're putting the bag on, I guess I'll just come around and show you. If you're putting the bag on, the turn signal hits. So they give you the bracket to move this forward and then mount the signal here. So they're out and really bright and cool, which obviously is safer, but like it fits. Like, it's in there. It's blocked a little bit, but they fit. They're in there. Like, that's not even like, yeah, good, fine. So basically, I'm not an electrical guy at all. I don't know much about them, or about electronics. So I was like talking to some friends and trying to decide if I want to just pay somebody, which you know how I feel about that. Like, I like to save money as much as the next guy, but if it's going to be a big hassle, I'll just pay a mechanic. It's how they feed their family, so I'll support them in that situation. But I was gonna kind of try to decide whether I wanted to move them myself or have somebody do it. Turns out, like, the mechanics I trust and like whatnot, the hours just really wouldn't really line up to make it really easy on me, which I am a creature of convenience. And after talking to my friend Aaron, who I've mentioned before, he's been in videos too. He has super dope KLR. He was saying that it's super easy. He's a mechanic for a living, so obviously it's probably a little bit easier for him, but he kind of explained it, made it sound super easy, so I decided to tackle it on my own. Long story short, I get home, I set it all up, like bolting all this on, and then I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, it's barely poking out. Like, you can kind of see it barely in there, and I was like, I bet it'll fit, because these are like obviously stretchy. So I put them on and it locks down perfectly. And as I've mentioned in other videos before, I'm planning on running smaller turn signals anyway, so eventually they're going to be like way down in there and fit perfect. So I didn't have to move anything, and ended up like saving me a ton of time. The only shitty part is I had already bought extra wire. I bought new wire snips, and I bought little connector bits. All in all, I probably spent like $25, so I got to eat that, but not really a big deal. It would have cost me way more to pay a mechanic to move them. And the beauty of it now is, once I get the new turn signals, they're going to be Frenched in there and just look super dope and super clean. So I'm really excited about it. I'm going to hop on Revzilla at some point and just kind of like combat those reviews and just be like, y'all, it's really not that bad. Like, it'll fit. At least on this bike, it will fit. Maybe not ideal. Like, they're not super duper visible. Let's fire it up and see how well you can see them. Let's do that. But I think you can see them plenty good. Like, I mean, they're lights, for God's sakes. Yeah, like, that that conveys the message. They understand that I am turning left. It doesn't really need to be, like, out and behind. Maybe it's, like, some, like, marginally less safe, but not enough for me to care. Not enough for me to pay a mechanic or go cutting into my stock wiring harness. I guess while I'm standing here, like, I'm very rarely not on the bike. I'll kind of give you a rundown on all the aftermarket that's gone into it, because after the turn signals, levers, and then like one more crash bar, this bike is done as far as I'm concerned. So I'll kind of talk to you about what I got going on for the full whammy, I guess. Obviously, GV side bags, GV top case. This is the biggest top case they make, and I believe the smallest side bags they make, which is perfect for me because it keeps the bike pretty slim, but gives a passenger a super high backrest. And a lot of storage capacity there. All waterproof, of course, super dope. My favorite part, Two Brothers Racing exhaust. My favorite exhaust I've ever had. Super pumped on it. I've got the SW Motec skid plate. Probably the most expensive piece I put on the bike for a piece of metal, but I did an oil change a couple weeks ago and I pulled that thing off, and the whole bottom of it is all scraped to hell. So, like, good call getting that. Obviously, I got the Pirelli tires. These are the, what are they? MT60RS. They're the tires off the Ducati Scrambler, which my friend Joe, who you've seen in videos, he has them and he liked them a lot. So I went with them, and they're pretty sick. Tourmaster tank bags, the cheap little magnet kind of deal, but it works. I've got Fly Racing handlebar in gold. Quality cheeseburger, the most notable mod. Shitty Amazon bar and mirror, because I was buying really expensive bar and mirrors and I just kept like leaning the bike over off road and just like breaking them off. So I started buying cheap ones. These are $12 for a pair, which you can't beat that. Oxford bar ends, just because they were whatever. I don't even know anything about the brand. I just saw them on there. I needed some bar ends. I only needed one, honestly, and they sold them in individuals because I only run one mirror, so I only need one bar end because the other one is just closed in by the grip. Sergeant seat, that lowered the bike 1 inch for me, which I have a 32-inch inseam. Stock seat height is 33 inches, so that 1 inch was all the difference. Now I'm flat footing like nobody's business. I can't remember who made this screen. Oh, Puig, P-U-I-G, Puig, tinted screen. I did remember on there, which I just think really just kind of helps clean up the whole look of the bike, make it a little bit darker, make it a little bit nicer. Super into it. Speaking of the protection, I got the Cox Racing radiator guard down there to keep me from having to buy another $700 radiator. Got these shitty little Amazon, they're actually 9mm bullet shells in anodized green. I wanted to get gold ones, but green was like $6 for the pair, so we got them. And one mod that is hiding, I gotta peel this back, is the Vortex gas cap. Obviously, also gold little bit to lock it in. Way easier, way nicer, way cleaner than the stock one. No key required, so just makes your fuel ups easier. And that's it. That's all the mods, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, like I said, I'm going to run smaller little turn signals pretty soon, which will just kind of tidy everything up. I'm going to run shorty levers in black, just kind of darken it up, get rid of some more silver. And then SW Motec also makes an engine crash bar, which I'm kind of on the fence about because this is already acting as a crash bar in a way. Like the frame itself is already protecting the engine. So I don't know if I need an additional bar, but I might go ahead and get one. We'll see what the money's looking like. It'll definitely be the last mod if it ever happens. After riding in the rain a million times, I opted against the fender eliminator, so that's not happening. But yeah, that's it. Got the Bob Ross, most importantly. I forgot about that. Bob Ross is on there, ready to rock. So we're good. But yeah, y'all, this is the bike as it sits, ready to go on tour. Next week is Thanksgiving week. I am leaving at 3 a.m. Thanksgiving Day to head to Shenandoah National Park. I'll be taking photos. I'll be bringing a real quality camera with me, taking some good photos, but I'm not going to film it all. I have my camera set up on a different helmet than my Cardo like comm system. So I kind of separate those two things. When I'm out riding for filming, I bring my filming camera. When I'm out riding for pleasure to get somewhere, I bring the Cardo so I can listen to my tunes real well. I can kind of be more dialed into that and the experience and not kind of like vlogging. So I like to keep those two things separately, at least for now. So no video is going to go on, but there will be some like photos hopping up on the Instagram. That Instagram is @DailyCycleWorks if you want to check it out. I would appreciate if you follow that. I'm trying to post there a lot more often, just get up pictures of my friends' bikes and my stuff and kind of what I'm doing day to day. So yeah, that's really it for this one. I just kind of wanted to stop and kind of show you guys what I got going on. I'm really pumped on this overall setup because it creates comfort for a passenger with the backrest. It creates a lot of storage for me. Like between this, and this, I have so much storage, like way more stuff than I'll ever need. One of the bags is going to be completely filled with tools. like stuff to fix a flat, my entire tool roll. I'm going to throw my rain gear on top of that. This one's going to be all of my stuff for like living, like clothes to sleep in, clothes to hike in, that kind of deal, like my actual luggage. And then this one is just going to have like rations, essentially. I'm going to throw some like, I just got a bunch of really dope vegan jerky, so I'm going to throw it in here, some bottles of water, maybe some energy drinks, because I am going to be doing a 12-hour stretch that first day. But yeah, that's my setup. For this, oh, that's another thing. For this, I use a battery pack, like a little mobile battery pack, and I run the cable up to my phone. It's on my RAM mount, so it's constantly basically on a charger. So as GPS and music or whatever I have going on wears it out, that thing is charging it, and it's just really dialed in. The battery pack I got is so good that I haven't ever used it all. Like on all my trips, I have that one pack and it's fine. Wherever I sleep for that, I'll charge my phone there so that I'm not starting with needing the pack. But yeah, it's pretty good. I think this is going to be a really dope experience. I'm glad that the bike is like done as far as everything I really need to do. The last couple things are just a couple aesthetic choices that'll kind of make it more my own. But really, this is it, man. This is the bike I've been envisioning since day one, about a year and a half ago when I picked this up. And I'm just like super pumped on it. And I think it's going to be great. It should meet all my needs. And I'm excited to get this trip going. But yeah, that's it for this one. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or need to know anything about any of these products, or have any suggestions on something I did wrong or could do better, let me know. Otherwise, I would say just have a great day, go out and ride. And one thing that I really wish I would have like just kind of thought about is just kind of test fit your products, man. Make sure that like you actually do have to do what you need to do, because if I would have followed their instructions without like trying to put the bag on, I would have, right now I'd be at home probably cutting into my wiring. But like just being like, I wonder if that'll fit, worked, and it looks good for me at least. You might think it's unsafe or whatever, but I like it. And that's it. I'm gonna go ride. Y'all have a good day. I will see you on the next one. I appreciate your support. If you're not subscribed already, please hit subscribe. And if you like this video, please hit thumbs up, because every time somebody hits thumbs up, I get way stupid happy. That is so dope. So yeah, that's it, y'all. Peace.